Hello friends, you can log on to primeaptacademy.com to access complete free video courses. Okay, so this question says that a set has standard deviation of 4. So SD over here is standard deviation and average of 50. Okay, now based on this information, which of these statements are correct? Okay, so first of all, if standard deviation is 4 and average is 50, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot 50 here. Now 4 units more than 50 is 54 and 4 units less than 50 is 46. Okay, so any value which is more than 54 or less than 46, that will be at a distance of more than 4 from mean. So any value in these regions will increase the standard deviation. So if a value is lying in this region, it will increase standard deviation. Also a value lying in this region will increase the standard deviation. So any value greater than 54 and less than 46 increases the standard deviation. Okay. Now similarly, any value lying between 46 and 54. So any value lying in between here will be at a distance of less than 4 from the mean. Let's say value is 52. So value is lying here. So 52 is 2 units away from mean. Okay. Rather than being 4 units, which is the standard deviation. So if it is less than the standard deviation, the distance is less than standard deviation, it will decrease the standard deviation then. Okay, so any value lying between 46 and 54 decreases the standard deviation. Okay, so now based on this information, we'll move to the options. Now the first option says that 60 is added to the set, it increases standard deviation and average both. So the current average is 50. If I add a value more than 50, it increases the average. So 60 will definitely increase the average. Now if you look at it, 60 is lying in this region which is more than 54. So if any value in this region increases the standard deviation, so 60 also increases the standard deviation. So adding 60 to the set increases the average as well as standard deviation. So statement 1 is correct. Now statement 2 says when minus 80 is added to the set, it increases standard deviation but decreases average. So minus 80 is lying in this region which is less than 46. So minus 80 increases the standard deviation for sure. Also minus 80 is less than the average value which is 50. Okay, so if I am adding a value less than the average value of the new set drops. So minus 80 is less than 50. So adding minus 80 to the set will decrease the average. Okay, so when minus 80 is added, standard deviation goes up but average goes down. So minus 80 increases standard deviation but decreases average. So this statement is also correct. Finally, the third statement, when 50 is added to the set, it doesn't change the standard deviation and average, both of them. So if you look at it, when 50 is added to the set, the average is 50 and I am adding 50. So the average will not change. So average remains same. But for the standard deviation, if you look at it, 50 is a value which is at mean. So I am adding a value at mean over here and standard deviation is 4. So that means it will decrease the standard deviation. Also you can look from this figure, 50 is lying between 46 and 54. So any value lying between 46 and 54 decreases the standard deviation. Okay, so 50 will decrease the standard deviation. This option says that both the average and standard deviation will remain constant, which is incorrect. Only the average remains constant. The standard deviation goes down. So option 3 is incorrect. Okay, so from here we say that statements so only statements 1 and 2 are correct. Okay, so statement 3 is incorrect but statements 1 and 2 are correct. Okay, so that is the correct answer option. All right, that is how we solve this question.